It's Honey German Power 1051, and I have the honor, the pleasure. I'm actually super hype and pumped to have John Leguizamo with me here today.
Likewise, baby. Thank you for having me on.
I checked out Latin History for Morons, and it's like I fell in love with you all over again. It's like I've been a fan from the Benny Blanco days. I'm definitely dating myself.
When people used to get angry at me, especially Italian people would get mad at me, like in airports, and say, "Go, hey, why'd you have to kill Pacino? He was going to get away." And I have to go to them, "Yo, it wasn't a documentary. It was a movie. Relax. He's still alive."
I was going to ask you that. You know, that character in the hood, like urban here,
Yeah.
Benny Blanco is huge. Like, people still call themselves Benny Blanco. I'm like, I know your name is Benny, but you don't have to call yourself Benny
Isn't
Blanco.
it crazy?
Especially if they're from the Bronx.
And it was like dubious honor that they called heroin for a while Benny Blanco, which is a weird kind of honor, which wasn't, but.
But we definitely love that character, and we love you. It's like you've been a staple in our community from like day one. And it was crazy because I was stalking you last night. I was like, let me make sure I know every single thing he's ever done. And I'm like, impossible. You've been working since like day one to now.
I'm a Latin man, and you got to work twice as hard to get half as far. Look at J-Lo. I mean, she's the first actress to do commercials, sell clothes, perfume, dance. I mean, she had to do it all just to be, Jennifer Aniston.
She's one of them. I saw that. She's definitely a beast. Like, listen, she does everything, the clothes, the movie, the acting.
She was the first actor to do that because actors never did that because they felt like you were cheapening the brand. But she's a Latin girl. She knows she's got to sell everything else.
She's like, I'm getting that money from every single angle possible.
Yeah.
And,
I'm going to work every angle.
And working every angle. Let's talk about Latin History for Morons. I went, I saw it. I'll tell you, let me backtrack a little bit. I was super hyped when I saw that it was coming because I'm Dominican. I'm from New York. I feel like we don't get anything. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like we don't get any TV sitcoms. I feel like we don't get any movies. I feel like we don't get any plays.
Because, I mean, Latin people are less than 3% representation in movies, which is the lowest of any minority, and we're almost 20% of the population.
That's my beef.
We have $1.3 trillion of buying power in this country. We spend 45% of the GDP of this country. We overspend our demographic. It's absurd. It's wrong.
Why do you think it's happening, though? You as an insider,
it's Hollywood. Hollywood needs to check themselves. They need to come correct, and they need to go, look, when I go into the street, I see Latin and black people everywhere. Why aren't they in movies? Why aren't they in the movies? And we have to hold them accountable. We have to call, we have to complain, we have to write letters, we have to boycott. I mean, you have to till they wake up because they got to get woke.
Now that you say hold them accountable, do you feel like us as Latin community, we don't revolt enough? It's like sometimes when things happen in black communities, everybody's out here. Yeah. We fired up. We shutting down the streets. When things happen to Latinos, like all these Salvadorians got to go, I don't see nothing happening. I can't take part in anything. I can't demonstrate. Why?
I mean, we do have activism, and we have a lot of people who are active and fighting for things, but not enough. Not enough.
Out here in the streets, like let's.
Where's our Kaepernick? Where's the guy who's making us, stand down, stand on our knee, when the Salvadorans are taken, when the Haitians are taken, 20,000 of them were taken away. I mean, you don't have a lot of celebrities speaking up, except only me, America Ferrara, and sometimes Pitbull.
100%.
Eva Longoria.
And that's one of the main reasons why I was so excited to talk to you, because these are all issues that I'm super fired up about all the time.
Me too. Because as a Latin person, I feel like responsible. I feel like I have to do something. When President Trump dissed Mexican Americans, I felt like he was saying it to me and my family.
100%.
And I had to stand up and do something. And we're also less than 1% in government offices. And it's not for lack of trying, because I go to the Washington, D.C. and do Latin caucuses, and you see all these young, super brilliant Latinos and Latinas ready to get into government, well-educated, hungry. And President Trump only picked one Latin person for his government cabinet, only one.
Let's not even get started on Trump, because
I know once we get started on that,
and that's like a real.
It's a rabbit hole. We'll never come out. Yeah.
It's like a whole black, I don't even know what to call it.
But dark. It's a dark time. It's a dark time.
It definitely is. But you touch on a lot.
But I'm glad you got a lot of lights to. Light in the dark.
So
we got a dark.
So you can stay
stay bright
and illuminated. You talk about a lot of different things, in Latin History for Morons that plagues a lot of us Latinos. Like, we don't see ourselves represented, whether it be in our history books, whether it be in our classroom.
Oh, wow. The history book thing, don't get me started. I have a lot of teachers from Texas coming to my show, and they tell me they're only allowed to teach Latin history one day of the year.
Wow.
One day to talk about everything we've done here for 500 years.
That's insane.
And because, you know, Latin people are 39% of Texas and 12% is black. How do these people have no power in that state? It's ridiculous. You know, it's a power grab, and it's gerrymandering, and it's wrong. And Arizona banned Latin history from being in the textbooks because when you start doing the research, you realize we Latin people are the second oldest ethnic group in America after Native Americans, and most of us are part Native Americans, so we're kind of like first and second. And how is it that we have no power? Well, obviously, you know, there was a lot of things done to us to keep us from having power
100%.
constantly, and part of it is keeping our history and our contributions out of history books, because then they feel guilty and we feel enraged and we won't let things happen. And that's the power grab right there. It's a psychological sort of denigration of our people.
And it's amazing. It's like I feel myself like I'm super woke. I always know everything that's happening. Who got elected? Finally, it's Payá's in office. Yes, let's post him. But when I went and I saw you, I was just like, this is fucking crazy. I'm like, everything he's teaching.
Oh my God, you cursed.
Right now, because we can bleep. We can.
Oh, you bleep. All right, I was like, shit. Oh.
But
I want to get Tourette's all the
like,
time.
come on, I'm getting lit right now. But it's just like, where is all this? Like, I printed out the books. You know, your suggestions. I was like, I need to buy these.
Oh my God, you got to read these books.
I feel like me, myself, I'm not educated enough. It's like you woke up a different side of me. And I thought I was woke. I thought I was out here. I was doing, I was pushing.
It's crazy. I mean, the things that we've done, we're the only ethnic group that has fought in every single war America has ever had. We won the American Revolutionary War.
That's insane.
10,000 unknown Latino patriots. Cuban women in Virginia sold their jewelry, their hoop earrings and door knockers to feed the patriots. We're the sons and daughters of the American Revolution. We had generals. We had Puerto Ricans who fought. We had Cubans. We had Mexican Americans and freed slaves and Native Americans who fought together under General Bernardo Galvez in the Southwest. And then 20,000 of us fought in the Civil War. Yeah, 500,000 of us in World War II. Where's our Ken Burns documentary about us? Where's our Spielberg including us in his movies? We have heroes. We're the most decorated minority in every single war. It's crazy that our contributions are just totally, we're invisible.
And you know what's more sad is that in 2018, our president, all he could focus on is how to keep us out, how to push us out, how to not let us in.
Yeah.
It's like... And that's one of the main reasons why I think he's doing this.
You said it. It's so true. He is keeping us out. They're blocking even legal immigration by Latin and 100%. Black people in this country. They're putting quotas on us now. And then they want to sponsor a thing where they don't let people. They want to put you can't sponsor a relative. I mean, that's how mostly everybody that's white got here.
Exactly. My mom came with her sister.
Yeah.
And I came in her stomach. If not, I would have probably got my ass deported.
Yeah, because she would have can't sponsor you in that belly.
Exactly. But you know, speaking of politics now, Oprah 2020.
Yeah.
This is like a big deal this week. After her Golden Globe speech.
Yeah, I mean, everybody said she's presidential.
Like, Oprah.
Yeah.
But here comes Seal and says, all of a sudden, you're the savior? You were with Harvey Weinstein. You were part of the problem. And then that conversation comes to, you know, to the light. It's just like, is Oprah...
Yeah, but can you blame Oprah for Weinstein? I mean, how is she responsible? She wasn't part of Weinstein. She didn't work there. I mean...
I don't think they're blaming her, but they're just like, okay, now you did this speech. Now you're going to be president, but you kind of like were in cahoots with everybody else.
No, but that's unfair because that's BS. How can you be in cahoots if you're not working in the man's company? How are you in cahoots? I mean, if she was working in the company at Weinstein Pictures or Miramax, and she was there and she saw things happen, then you have to whistleblow. But she wasn't running her own thing. How is she responsible? Just because you're in Hollywood? You don't know everybody. You're not in everybody's business.
You already know how these people are. It's like right away they want to pull out the Trump pictures.
Yeah.
Oprah with Trump. Oprah with Harvey Weinstein. Now let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If Oprah was to go for president in 2020, is that even an option for you?
I would vote for Oprah. I would vote for The Rock. I would vote for Dave Chappelle.
Kanye West? Remember Kanye 2020?
I know.
I'm thinking maybe he's hiding right now.
Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris. I'll vote for anybody that'll take this man out of office. You bring me anybody because they're going to be better than what we have now.
100%. It's so crazy.
I mean, I'd rather have a real politician now that we've had somebody who was a star. I really don't want a celebrity again.
We don't. 100%.
You know, I'm an
Someone who
actor.
knows what they're doing, because
Yeah,
this is what happened with Trump.
It's like when you go to get surgery, you don't want a bozo who has a nice personality. I want an expert.
100%.
When I'm doing law, I want an expert. I want just some clown that has personality. I want somebody for real. And obviously it shows that if you don't have expertise in government, this is what happens.
This mess that we're in right now.
This mess.
Speaking of messes, Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's a sad thing that's going on.
Do you ever?
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? The New York Times has reported that the hotlines for suicide are the highest that's ever been in Puerto Rico right now.
100%.
It's so sad.
It is so sad. Do you ever think Puerto Rico will get the help it needs and go back to being the community that we all knew and visited and loved?
I mean, you hope, man, you hope. And, Puerto Ricans have such a strong spirit, man.
Very
and
resilient.
So super resilient. And I hope that can happen. I mean, there's so many things.
Under Trump's administration.
Right. The new Trump tax cut puts taxes on things being shipped to Puerto Rico. It treats it like it's a foreign country.
That's insane.
Right now, on top of the Jones Act, which didn't let
so
cargo
like
ships
layer
land.
on top of layer.
Problems. I know Carmen Yulin Cruz is working with Senator Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren to put legislation that helps Puerto Rico and gets more money there, because you need to legislate the help to make sure that it gets there. And with some of my friends of mine, Doug Lyman, and we raised 5,000 solar lights. We took that were taken up to Puerto Rico so kids could read at night, so they could do their homework. I did this thing with Duracell that took two tons of batteries and distributed them in Puerto Rico to help people run their technology, because you can't live without electricity. You can't run a sane life without electricity, without power.
They've never had a sane life ever again. These people don't even have jobs
to
go to.
There's the only place in America that was held accountable to bankruptcy. Not Detroit, not any other state that had issues with bankruptcy. They're the only place that was held to their loans and their debt that crushed them.
So that brings us right back to Trump not seeing us the way he should see us.
I mean, the way he tossed those paper towels was disgusting. These people are in dire health.
He was shooting like he was shooting basketball.
Yeah.
There's no humanity. There's no soul. There's no love, and there's no compassion, and that's the reason why we're never going to be able to get
right.
anything.
I mean, and unfortunately, his administration with Stephen Miller, Jeff Sessions, they're so anti-people of color, so anti-Latin. And so anti-democratic. It's so partisan. It's disgusting. And they're alt-right. They're basically alt-right. I mean, how do you get anything done for our people with this administration? We have to vote in 2018, and that's the solution. We have to be woke enough to go and vote for all these special elections and vote these people out.
100%. Because
that's the solution right there.
There's no heart. There's no compassion. No. There's no love. There's nothing.
Jeff Sessions, it should be known, has a stock in private prisons. You know who's fueling private prisons? Immigration detention. That's how he does it. And with the marijuana laws, he's trying to get more people in his jails. I mean, it's disgusting. He's funding his own sort of stocks, his private prisons.
You're getting these people in. You're getting all this free labor and. Let's talk about something a little bit lighter. Let's talk social media.
Can we dig ourselves out of this the dark hole?
Let's dig ourselves out of this hole.
Well, great shit is happening. Great things
is. A lot of amazing stuff is happening.
Because you know what? We Latin people were kind of woke. We're much more woke. So was black people, but they're more woke. But white liberals were too lax. They thought things were good under Obama. But they finally got woke, and you can't have a proper sort of revolution without the white liberals, but they're woke now. They understand that things need to be done, and that's a big change. That's what happened in the 60s with the civil rights movement. They had to wait for white liberals to get woke back then, and once they joined the movement became a real thing.
There was no stopping, because we really do need them.
Yeah,
100%. It's just like we have to all band together. But I feel like it's really happening. With everything, Black Lives Matter, and when you look at the people rallying and coming together, it's all different colors. It's like I was on the train the other day and I looked, and it was just like an older white lady, and she had the Black Lives Matter print. It's like it warmed my heart.
Oh my God,
it makes you
feel so
good. Yeah. When Trump won, I felt really weird. Just being in my streets, I no longer felt safe. I now felt like a target. I now felt like I was born and raised in the city, but I no longer belonged.
That's incredible. I mean, you felt that. You felt like that there was going to be a sort of a civil war. I mean,
100%.
you felt like there's going to be fires in the street. Who knows what's going to happen with him militarizing and allowing assault rifles and the bump stock. I mean, allowing all this military stuff. You go, there's going to be like a crazy coup or something.
Here we went right back to what we were trying to get out of.
But you can't help but talk about it.
You really can't.
I got the book, Fire and Fury. I ordered it. I started it already. I'm in chapter 1. It's so good. It's so good, man.
I'm gonna pick it up.
I'm
definitely gonna pick it up so I can see what you're all into right now. But I want to go back to social media. What do you feel about social media as far as like it being used to voice your opinion?
Oh my God, it's an incredible tool.
100%.
Twitter is the political medium, man. You're getting information before it gets to the papers, before it gets to the news.
We got our president tweeting all day.
Oh yeah, not true that.
He no longer has press conferences. He's like Twitter.
And they're using them against him finally
100%.
Yeah, for the DACA, because he tweeted things like, "Oh, we can't send these people away," and now they can use that against him, which is great because everything he posts is political, is usable in court. And then Instagram, what a great opportunity for Me Too and all these Latin groups are doing comedy that they're not putting on networks. They're putting it in social media, and it's blowing up. They have millions and millions
100%.
of viewers and hits.
I follow so many like Latin Instagram comedians. I'm like, okay, this person has 2 million followers.
Yeah.
500,000 views on something.
People love it.
And it is being used as a tool. You know, it's like even from Dominican Republic, from Venezuela, I watch people, I'm like, oh my God, this person's like in un patio in the Dominican Republic doing comedy, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it right now. But
and you enjoy because
it's something you can connect with.
Right, you need to see yourself represented, and and we find so little of it that we're hungry for it. We're starving for
desperate.
it. Yeah,
I watch every single black movie and TV show that I can find.
Of course,
just because I feel like it's kind of like
you got to watch Get Out like 5 times so you feel like you've seen enough black people.
I feel like I've seen something that I can kind of relate to. Like we don't get holiday movies. We don't get anything.
No.
I remember like one holiday movie, like maybe like 12 or 13 years ago. And I'm just like, we're here, we're consuming, we're important.
We're
huge,
the most.
We're bosses.
We're the biggest consumers in this country, and especially of film. They know that Latin people go to the movies more than any ethnic group. They go 4 or 5 times, and they go deep 10, like 10 family members.
The whole
and,
row.
Yeah.
Food in the pocketbook, but we paid for the tickets to get inside the movies. Speaking of
with
tickets.
the popcorn and the chocolate and the soda, yeah.
I go to CVS first.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to hold you up. I buy the soda, but that's about it. Everything else is in my bag.
Because it's true. I mean, yeah, it's
expensive. Latin history for morons. Now, Broadway week is coming up.
Yes.
You know, sometimes a lot of people, they kind of like bitch and complain. It's like, it's so expensive.
But it is expensive. My tickets are crazy expensive. I understand. People tell me, mira, eso está carísimo. And I would go, you're right. It is too expensive. What am I going to do? I can't lower the price.
But Broadway week is coming up. And I love Broadway week. It's something I do every single year. Buy one, get one free.
Yes.
And
come on, that's a reason enough just to go see anything.
It's starting now, January 16th, I believe, through February the 4th. And anybody and everybody who wants to get over to Broadway and you feel like the tickets might be too expensive, just
this is the time.
Pull a buddy in and be like, listen, cut me 50 on these tickets, and we're going to go check out John Leguizamo on Broadway. But
and you save money, don't buy the drinks, go to CVS first, go get your
snacks,
munchies.
Bring in your pocketbook, and drink before you come in.
People are right.
No, don't drink. You need to be super woke and alert when you're in there.
It's better.
There's a lot of information to absorb. When you finished, I was like, I want more. I want him to come
that's
all the
good.
way up
That's
to
good.
Right now. But it was
That's awesome because when I first started, I had too much history, and people were like, "Oh, damn, he's gonna give us a test." I'm scared. But now I got like the right mix, and then I have a syllabus on my websites.
I see it. I stalked it.
Yeah. The book that I tell every person to read is Open Veins of Latin America.
Okay, let me make sure.
Because
I was gonna buy all these books.
There's 350 pages. It's not easy.
Okay.
It's a hard read. You got to read.
Don't worry, I went to college, LIU.
Oh, look at that! I went to LIU too.
Brooklyn.
No, I went to Long Island.
I went to
CW
Post too.
How long did you? 2 years or 1 year?
4 years.
Oh, you did the 4 years right there in CW Post?
Yeah, I used to live in Long Island.
I did 2 years there, and then I did 2 years at NYU.
Yeah,
I upgraded a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. NYU. Okay, it's okay. But no, definitely. Open Veins.
Open Veins of Latin America. That's my favorite.
America.
But 1491 is the bomb too.
Okay.
It's about all our empires. And then 1493, which is after they destroyed everything.
I'm getting all these books.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I need to be as woke as possible.
And go to Pew Hispanic Research, and there you can get all the information on on the American Revolutionary War, the Civil War, all the wars, and how many of us participated, how many awards we got, how many, Purple Hearts, Croix de la Guerre.
I want to be able to talk just the way you talk when I go places. I want to be able to, like, give me a podium, somebody, because I'm about to school everybody on what we're out here doing. But I definitely want to thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me. What
This
a
is
blast.
amazing. You are amazing. Thanks for all the work you have done throughout all these years of representing us in every which different way that you have.
Thank you, baby.
You've truly
Thank
been
you.
amazing. And
Hey, I love my people, man. I feel like we have
we
so
love
much.
you.
We have so much to contribute, so much to give, and I just feel like we just got to keep knocking these doors down and figuring out ways to get past the cock blocking.
And that's a good way to end this interview. Thanks for rocking with me. You're
Thank you.
amazing.